Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss about RIP version 1. RIP is nothing but routing information protocol, which is an example for dynamic routing where the routers will be understanding the network by itself and transmit the packet from one network to another one network. There are two versions of RIP, version 1 and version 2. Version 1 uses the concepts of classful addressing and version 2 uses the concept of classless addressing. So today, as I am going to discuss about RIP version 1, I am going to use a scenario that is given in the description box. In the description box, you can find a link where I have explained about FLSM, fixed length subnet masking. So in that I have explained about 8 subnets. So the same scenario I am going to take here and explain for the configuration of RIP version 1 in Cisco Packet Tracer. So shall we begin up with our configuration? I am going to choose, I need 8 network. So I am going to choose 3 routers. Okay, and then my plan is to add 2 network to each of the router. So I need to add 2 switches. Okay, I have added the switches. Now I need to add the PCs. Okay, we can add the PCs. Okay, the PCs are added. Now we can connect the switch and the PCs. So for that, choose the connections. I am going to use the copper straight through cable. Connect the switch with a PC, fast Ethernet port. So while I connect, you can see in the link there are 2 colors. One is orange and another one is green. So the orange indicates that it is trying to get ready and green indicates that from the PC port it is ready for the communications. Okay, now all the PCs and switches are connected. Now we can connect the switch with the router. So for that, again I am going to choose the copper straight through cable. They are different devices, right? So we can use the copper straight through cable. Here the links are down. We have to make the link up. That we will do once the connections between the router and the switches are done. Okay, now we have connected the routers and the switches. Now we have to make some communication between connection between the router and the router. So today I am going to do the serial connection. So if I need to do the serial connection, I have to check whether there is a serial port, but there is no serial port, right? So we have to add the serial port. So for that, click the router and go to the physical tab. Here I will expand and show you. See, can you find a small switch over here? It is green in color, right? So switch it off. Okay, and then choose one of the modules. Today I am going to choose HWIC2T, and then you can find these ports. Just drag the ports and put it in the slot and then switch on. Okay, and then close the window. So now if I take a serial connection, you can find the serial ports on, right? Okay, so we'll do for the other routers also, then we'll come and connect them using the serial connections. Okay, so for that what should we do? Go to the next router. First step is switch off and then choose the module, drag it and drop it in the slot, switch on, close. Okay, next router, switch off. Okay, where is the switch? Here, right? Switch off, module, then drag and drop it, switch on, close it. Now we can choose the serial connection. Okay, so now I am choosing serial 0/3/0, right? So when I connect with the next router also, I'll get the same options. In order to avoid conflict, if you have chosen in the router 0 as 0/3/0, here you have to go for /1. Okay, so otherwise you can find some conflict. The next router 1 and router 2 connection. Here only one serial port is there. Connect it with the next router. Here we have chosen what in the, for router 1 we connected with 3/0. So we have to go for 3/1 here. If you need to add more serial ports, then nothing but go back to the same process. Add another one HWIC2T and put it in the slots. As many slots you have, that many ports you can add it. Okay. Now we have to assign the IP address for all the PCs, isn't it? Okay, so for that, first let me tell you that what are the network addresses I am going to follow. Okay, so how many networks are there? This is the first network, second network, third network, fourth network, fifth network, sixth, seventh network and the eighth network. Okay, so for that, let me add a node to each and every network so that the IP address can be seen, so that you will not be confused while you are configuring. Okay, so assume that this is the first network and its IP address is 192.10.0. please refer to the previous video, okay, and learn how the subnetting is done. Then for the second network, I am going to add the node. Okay, here because 8 subnets, I have divided in the network into 8 equal networks, right? So there should be, for example, 256 addresses are there. Divided by 8, it is going to be 32, right? 32 into 8 will give you what? 256 addresses, right? So the first network is .0, so this will be .32, right? We'll add node. You can find the node on the top, right? Just add the node and here it will be 64. The next network, the 64 plus 32, it will be 96. The next network is what? 96 plus 32, it is 128. For the next network it is 128 plus 32, it is 160. Okay, the seventh network is the network between the router and the router. Okay, router 0 and router 1. So let me add the network address. Here we start with 160, right? So it will be 160 plus 32. It is going to be 192, right? Okay, and for the 8th network, it is going to be 192 plus 32. It will be 224. Okay, so we have added all the network addresses. Now we can assign the IP address. Okay, so for the first PC, we have to assign the IP address. Go to the desktop, okay, and IP configuration. The first should be the IP address of the PC. Okay, so the network address is 192.160.10.0. Okay, so we can assign the IP address as .1 to this PC node, but I don't want to do that because I will assign the first IP address after the network address to the gateway. This is the gateway for this PC node to exit out of the network, right? So this is the gateway. So for this gateway, I will be giving .1. So I will give the PC node with .2 and PC1 with .2. Sorry, .3. Okay. So let me assign the IP address. It is going to be .2. And what will be the subnet mask? Because as given in the FLSM concepts, it is going to be 8 subnets, right? So we have to borrow 3 bits from the host part. Okay, so 3 bits means just calculate, it is going to be 128 plus 64 plus 32. So it will be equal to 224. And what will be the default gateway? Default gateway, I told that since .0 is the network address, gateway will be the next immediate address. So I am assigning it as .1. Okay, are you clear? Now close it. We can assign the IP address for the PC1 also. Go to the desktop, and this one is going to be .3 and subnet mask will be 224. Gateway is .1. Have you understood? Okay. So for the next network, so for this network for PC2 and PC3, I am going to add the IP address. So what will be the gate for address for this? .32 is the network address, right? So for this gateway, it will be .33. So PC2 will be .34 and PC3 will be .35. Okay. So I'll assign the IP address. For PC2, it is .34, 24, gateway will be 33. Okay, this one will be 35, and gateway will be .33. Okay, so for the next network, it is gateway address will be .65, PC4 will be .66, PC5 will be .67. Okay, desktop IP configuration, .224, 65. Okay, close it. And again this will be desktop 67, default subnet mask is 224, default gateway will be .65. Close it. Next one, similarly we have to do it for all the rest of the PCs also. Okay, here the address is what? .96 is the network address. So it will be .98, 224, 97. This one will be 99. 224, 97. Close it. Here it is 128 is the network address. So it will be 129 for gateway and 130. $129 is the gateway. Here it is 131, 224, 129 is the gateway, right? And here it is 160 network address. Gateway will be 161. So the PC will be having 162. Okay, the last PC address will be 163. And this gateway will be 161. So we are now done with all the assigning of IP address to PCs. Okay, now we have to make this link up. That means the connection between the router and the switch up. So first go to this interface. What is the interface? JIG00, and this interface is JIG01. So click the router and go to the config. Okay, So you can find in the interface, you can find gigabit Ethernet 0/0. Okay, click that and assign the IP address for that gateway. Okay, so for this link we are going to assign the IP address. What is the network address? 192.168.10.0. so this will be .1, right? .1, and subnet mask is going to be 224, and you have to make this on. If you turn on this, automatically this red will go and green signal will come. Okay, just on. See, can you find that change? Okay, now close it. We will assign it for the next network, next interface. Okay, gigabit Ethernet 0/1, and here the IP address will be, it is 32, right? So here that address will be 33. Subnet mask is 224. Okay, and make it on. Okay, close it. Now come to this router. It is connected with 2 gigabit interface, right? So go to the gigabit interface 0/0, and IP address will be, here it is 64 for the network address. So here we have to give 65 for the gateway, and the subnet mask, it is 224. Make it on. Okay, and then go to the next interface. For the next interface, what is the address? 96, network address. So here the address is going to be 97. Subnet mask is .24. Make it on. Okay, so we have done for this router also. Close it. Now come to this router. Okay, come to the config, and for the gigabit Ethernet 0/0, here it is 128. So the address will be 129. Okay, subnet mask is 224. Make it on, and then we can go for the next one. Next one, it is this interface, right? It is 0/1. It is .60. So here we have to give .61. Okay, subnet mask is 224 up. So now all the links between the router and the switches are done, and they are up. Okay, now we have to connect. That means that you will be able, once this configuration is done, you will be able to send packet within the network connected to the same router. Okay, shall we check that? Just check. We'll try to ping from PC0 till PC2. Okay, initially there may be some failure. We can try it again. Okay, it is successful. Okay, so that means to this router 2 networks are connected, right? So now they will be able to communicate each other. Now we need to make this network get connected with other networks also, right? So for that we have to make this link up. Okay, so for that, what is the link here? It is the interfaces 0/3/0, and the other side is 3/1. Click on the router. Okay, and then you come to 0/0, and we have to give the IP address. Here it is .192. So the next address will be .193. Okay, subnet mask is 224 on. Okay, and then close it. For this router, it is 1, right? Here we gave 193. We gave for this interface. So this will be 194. It is 194. Okay, subnet mask is 292. See, the link red has changed to green. Okay, and again we have to make this link up. Okay, so again to the router. Okay, here it is 0/0, right? 3/0. The address is .224. Here we have to give then the next number, that is 225. Okay, subnet mask link up, then close it. Come to the next router. Here it is going to be 0/1, right? We have given .225 to this interface. Okay, so here it will be .226. Okay, and then turn it on. See, the link is up. So we have done all the connections. Okay, even we have done all the connections, it will not give you the transmission from one network to another one network connected between the routers. Okay, so for that we need the routing protocol. So we need to have the RIP or any other routing protocol. Okay, so now we can see how RIP can be used. Just click on the router. and go to RIP. Okay, in the config mode you can find RIP, click it. Okay, and then go to the CLI. Okay, and add all the network. For this router you have to add all the network connected to the router. So what are the network? 10.0, 10.32, 10.192. So for that the command is network 192 dot, sorry, I have done a mistake, 10.0. The next one it will be 10.32, right? And the third network connected to is 10.192. Done. Okay, so now we can close it. And then dynamically this, once we have to teach this router only about its own network. We don't want to teach this router about other network. It will dynamically send the messages, hello messages, and it will find the route and it will update the routing table. Okay, click this now, choose RIP. Okay, so now it has changed to router RIP, and now we are in the configuration mode for the router. Go to the CLI commands. Then what should we do? We have to enter all the network. It is connected with the 4 networks, right? So it should be network 192.168.10.192. Enter. Next one is this network, right? It is .64. Then this one, it is .196. Sorry, it is .96. And the last network is this one, right? This connection, it is .224. Okay, enter. Okay, so all the 4 networks are added to the router. The same way we have to do for this router also. What should we do? Choose RIP, go to CLI, and then enter the network addresses connected to it. 192.168.10.224. The next one is 128.160. Okay, so we have connected all the we have given the information about the network connected to it to the router. Okay, so they will be learning now. Okay, now we can see whether we are able to bring from one network to another one network. Choose a simple PDU and we will check whether we are able to communicate from PC0 to PC6. Initially we may get some failure because the dynamic configuration will be happening. Okay, see, now we have got the successful message. Okay, we'll check from PC0 to PC11. It is initially it is failed. Okay, for the second time if you attempt, surely it will give you a positive one, successful. Okay, hope you have understood this configuration. Okay, learn and enjoy. Bye bye.